So guys, as you can all see, I'm on USD index. So you can see that US dollar index has been on a bullish momentum. So that also tells me that gold and GBP USD has been on a bearish momentum the whole week. So it was also easy for us to predict the NFP direction, for us to take those selling opportunities on gold and GBP USD and take buying opportunities on USD CAD, USD JPY, and etc. So I'll just have to move on GBP USD. So as you can see, that GBP USD has been on a bearish momentum for the whole last week, and the NFP direction was a sell. So it was easy for us to also predict that. So I will just have to not waste your time and quickly move to my weekly chart to see if I can find a valid direction for us for this coming week. So I'll just have to zoom in to find my lowest point and also my highest point. So this is my lowest point on GBP USD, and that's my highest point. So let me just fix that. So as you all know me, guys, I always focus on what's inside this rectangle. Understand? So I'll just use my approach to find my zones that act as my support and resistance. So me finding my support and resistance, that will also help me to indicate how to get the direction for this coming week. So I'll just have to put this zone there, and also I'll just sorry about that, I'll just have to put that zone there, I think, exactly. So now I can see that the market came to this resistance and it dropped off. Now it has to come back and retest this resistance to push to the downside. Understand? But then I just have to continue identifying my zones in order for me to be able to find the direction for this coming week. So guys, please stay tuned till I finish identifying them. So guys, I'm back. I'm done identifying my zones. So as you can see, guys, how well these zones are being respected. You can see that these zones are very respected, guys. You can see these zones are respected. So there's only one thing that I will do. I'll just use that tool and then identify my resistance that needs to be retested, and then also identify my current support that the market is at. You understand? And maybe also clone this in order to get this resistant there for the market to be able to guide me. If it breaks that going to the top side, then I will know that the market is coming to retest on that one. So since now I'm done identifying all my zones that act as my support and resistance, I'll just have to move to my daily time frame. So on my daily time frame, what am I looking for? I'm just looking for my market structure, guys. Nothing much, nothing less. So I'll just use my trend line. Let me just cancel this. I'll just use my trend line from this week to that day. So I can see that I have my first touch, I have my second touch. Now the question is, am I looking for a third touch to go to the top side, or will I be breaking this trend line and come to this point to test this zone there and complete my 90% rule? So I'll just have to connect my trend line there again to there. And now I can see that, okay, fine, I have a trend now, a beautiful one. I have a trend, a beautiful one. I have a trend, a beautiful one. Can I see if I qualify to have an inside trend? Sorry about that. Can I see if I do qualify to have an inside trend? So okay, I do have an inside trend that was broken. Understand? So let me just also draw this there. Exactly my point. So I have a trend that was broken, meaning I'll have to look for a retest and then come complete this first 90% rule, and then come again to complete the second 90% rule. But then, as I said, I don't judge the market, I don't control the market has to do its own job. So since I'm done identifying my market structure and my trends, I'll just have to move to 4-hour time frame. So on my 4-hour time frame, what am I looking for? I am looking for my possible entry point and seeing how the structure is. So what about that, guys? Okay, fine. So I can see, let me just fix this trend line. Okay, let me just fix the trend line there. Okay, so I can see that this trend was broken. Understand, guys? Let me just also delete that one there. Let me just delete this trend line there. Let me just delete this trend line. So I can see now that I broke this low there. Understand? I broke that low there, and now I am looking for a possible reversal zone, or I'll just have to use my golden zone from that high to that low there. So I can see that, okay, fine, my golden zone is on this this resistance there, or this zone there. So meaning I'll have to allow price to just come to retest there and push to the downside. And guess what? It also works on my favor because I am personally waiting for a retest on a broken trend line. And guess what? The retest will just be happening right on this broken trend line there on top. So that's what I'm looking for, guys. A retest on a broken trend line, and I'll take my selling opportunities to the downside. So since the market has left me, what am I gonna do? I'll just use again my tool from this low to that high and just stretch it to the right side. And also I'll just use this small piece there as my golden zone. So yeah, I'll just use that small piece. Let me just cancel this. So now I know that I have to wait for price to come back and just sort about that. Let me just also repeat. I'll just have to wait for price to come back and just move to the top side. Understand? In order for me to take those buy-in opportunities to that golden zone. But once price reaches this level there, or touches this zone there, now I'm 100% sure that I will have to just wait for the market to drop to this end of 90% through there, somewhere there. Let me just identify this. I'll just have to wait for the market to end there. So meaning I'll just have to look for those selling opportunities from that zone there to this end of the 90% through. And if possible, it breaks this 90%, this resistance. Sorry about that. This trend line that was identified on the daily time frame and gets to retest. Meaning I'll have to wait for something like this to happen. Then I know I'll be also looking forward to test and complete this 90% through to that to this level there. Understand? So this is what I'll be looking for. Understand? This is what I'll be looking for, guys. This is exactly what I will be looking for. Let me just do this. So this is what I'll be looking for on GBP USD. So let me just move to my 1 hour chart to see what's there for me to find out. So I'll just have to move to my 1 hour chart. Exactly my point. I'll just have to move to my 1 hour chart to see what's there for me. So let me just delete this and see if I can also find the same thing there. Exactly my point. So meaning, guys, my golden zone will just be around here. So this is my golden zone. This is where I'm looking for the market to come and retest on. Understand? So this is exactly what I'm looking for. Allowing the market to come, retest on this zone there. Let me just do that. Yeah, this is why I'm allowing the market to come. So, but firstly, I'll just focus on this current one, the market coming to this zone there and just push to the top side, meaning we'll just have to create higher lows, higher lows, higher to the top side to retest on this. Once it reaches this, I'll just have to enter on this zone there, put my stop loss below there, and just allow price to push to the downside. Allow price to push to the downside, guys. So I'll just have to see how the market behaves on that golden zone as well as on this zone there that that acts as my resistance. So I'll also just have to move to gold. So on gold, as you can also see that gold has been consolidating. I don't know why, but then it has been consolidating for a while now, since the 1st of October till Friday. It has been consolidating, so I'm judging that it was because of the event that was coming up, which is NFP. But then that shouldn't stop us from analyzing. I'll just have to see something, guys. Okay, so me zooming in, I'll just also identify my lowest point on gold. I'll just have to find my lowest point and also find my highest point. Again, I repeat, I'll focus on what's happening on this rectangle. And guess what? I'll be still using my special tool to find my zones that act as my resistance and support. Let me just fix that there. Exactly. So I'll just continue using my zones that act as my support and resistance. And also I'll just be identifying another zone to guide me. What am I looking for? Okay, I'll just use another zone to guide me. What am I looking for? So as you can all see, guys, that gold has closed above this support, meaning I'm still looking for my buying opportunities to break this resistance until it gives me a double top and a confirmation for me to push to the downside. Then I will just act upon it, guys. So I'll just be back again after identifying my zones. Please stay tuned. So guys, I'm done identifying my zones on gold. I'll just use this rectangle to identify this current support. Let me just do that. I'll just identify this current support and identify this current resistance. Exactly my point. And I'll just have to move to my daily time frame to find my market structure. So on my daily time frame, the network is very slow. So on my daily time frame, guys, I can see that I have a structure that's bullish, but I don't find any trend. That's the problem. So I'll just have to see and try to find any trend. So yeah, I'll just have to see and find any possible trend that might work on my favor. So I think I found a trend. So yeah, so as you can all see that we are on a bullish momentum. We have our higher lows to our higher highs, our impulses, our corrections, and here we had a consolidation, and we can see that the market has been rejecting this support there. Understand? It has been rejecting this support for 1, 2, 3 days. So yeah, that's the problem. But then that doesn't also stop us from finding our direction. I'll just have to move to my 4-hour chart. So on my 4-hour chart, I'll just see if I could find any possible direction for us. So yeah, let me just see if I could find anything possible for us. So I'll just see if I could just put a possible trend there. Okay, and just see if I could find any trend from there to there. Okay, then I'll just have to delete these trends. Okay, so since now I have 2 possible trends, I'll just have to see if the market, because the market has been consolidating here. And what am I looking for? I am looking for the market. Let me just do this. Let me just do that. Let me just do this. Okay. So I'll be just looking for the market to come on this point there. I'll just have to allow the market to come to that point there and see how it acts. If it breaks and comes back to retest, then I'm knowing for sure that I'm going to the top side. But then if the market just decides to come to this point there and drop and comes back and break this this trend with a total momentum, then I know that we are definitely going to sell to the downside to this 90% here. So I'll just have to see and wait for the market. But then let me just use my tool to see any possible retracements that I can be able to find. So I'll just take it there to my key. So as you can all see, guys, that this was acting as my golden zone. This was acting as my golden zone, guys. So this was acting as my golden zone. This was acting as my golden zone, and it has been tested for 1, 2, 3 times. You understand? So since it has been tested again here, I think the market will just have to drop. You understand? Because already it has came to retest and sold to the downside. You understand? But now the thing that makes it difficult for us to predict how the market is gonna be like on Monday or the coming week is due to, let me just stretch this, it's due to this black candlestick that closed above this support there. Understand? So we just have to see around Monday on London session how the currency pair behaves. You understand, guys? I won't have much to say because it has tested my golden zone multiple times, but then I am allowing the price to just break this support with a full candlestick and come back to retest and just move to the downside. That's what I'm looking for. But then, as I said, we will have to monitor this area here because it's very a powerful area that turns the market down each and every time it comes. But as I said, if the market decides to go to the top side, I'll just have to allow it to come down and just push to the top side again. But as I said, guys, we just have to wait for the London session to see how the market behaves, or we just have to wait for the market to reopen on Sunday midnight to see how the market behaves.